Homer was severely burned by an exploding control panel while he was asleep and rushed to the hospital.
Marge, on a Tuesday?
Marge noticed he had been unusually sleepy lately. He even fell asleep on a roller coaster and while scuba diving. Upon hearing this, Dr. Hibbert slapped Homer awake, grabbed a syringe, and performed a lumbar puncture on him. After drawing a tube of spinal fluid, he dropped one drop into a testing device for analysis. The test results showed Homer had narcolepsy. Bart thought his dad was dying, so he stepped forward, pulled the plug on the device, and stayed with Homer for what he believed would be his final moments.
No, Bart, that's the TV! Haha, that's the other guy!
Stop that!
The doctor explained that narcolepsy was just a sleep disorder. It could be managed with proper rest. But an important note was that Homer should avoid physical labor. He then issued Homer a medical certificate. With this certificate, Homer could now shirk his duties openly and without hesitation. When he got home, he just lazed around. Whenever the kids came to him with trivial matters, he would pull out the certificate to brush them off. Even when Marge asked him to pick up some medicine, Homer flatly refused by showing the certificate. This made Marge extremely angry. She complained that Homer couldn't spend most of his life sleeping, but Homer retorted, "Why is it okay for Maggie to sleep then?"
Oh, that baby needs a diaper change.
Narcolepsy.
Homie, you have no idea what it's like being married to you.
Faced with Homer's sophistry, Marge began to regret marrying him. To save their marriage, Homer went to the pharmacy to get his medicine. Seeing 4 people ahead of him, he asked when it would be his turn. The pharmacist told him to be patient and that he might have to wait 2 or 3 days. Upon hearing this, Homer felt overwhelmed with anxiety, and his narcolepsy struck on the spot. He fell asleep right there. That night, when Homer got home, Marge saw he had returned empty-handed and reeked of alcohol, so she got into an argument with him.
I smell beer. Did you go to Moe's?
Every time I have beer on my breath, you assume I've been drinking.
Their marriage was now in serious trouble. To repair their relationship, they went to a marriage counseling office the next day. But while Marge was talking to the counselor, Homer's narcolepsy acted up again, and he fell into a deep sleep beside them. Seeing this, the counselor gave Marge a solution. To make both of you happy, it's best to let each other go. Start with a separation, then live apart, and finally get a divorce. Say goodbye forever. Their marriage finally fell apart. After tearfully saying goodbye to the kids,
Everything's fine! See? I'll love you forever.
Kids, a professional felt the best way for your father and me to work on our relationship was to give up on it.
Homer drove away from home and later moved into the nuclear power plant. Even though he slept at his workstation every day, his narcolepsy still caused him to be marked late when checking in for work. After work, Homer ate alone in the cafeteria. From time to time, he would sit on the tall chimney and drink in solitude. When he was really bored, he would play with chairs.
Smithers, come up through my rear and grab me.
He felt extremely lonely without Marge and the kids. To keep himself a little warm, Homer even hugged a pair of gloves while sleeping. One morning, after taking a radiation shower, Homer hummed a tune and blow-dried his few remaining strands of hair. He had started to get used to life without his family. Carl couldn't understand why a mere temporary separation made him so happy, but Homer just smiled and explained.
Then I remembered that after every fight we ever had, Marge takes me back.
I wouldn't be so cocky, Homer. Marge has changed her relationship status to "it's complicated."
Not good.
To prove his place in Marge's heart, Homer took out his phone and called his wife, only to learn that Marge had reverted to her maiden name. The moment suddenly became extremely awkward. To drown his sorrows, Homer went to the bar and poured out his troubles to the other patrons. Upon hearing this, Barney got very excited.
Marge is in play. I'm cleaning up. Got a date with an angel. Gotta meet her at 7.
The bartender spoke up to put an end to the farce, saying, "Between a husband and wife, there's no problem that can't be solved if you just talk things through." Just then, Homer's phone rang. He thought it was Marge, but it turned out to be the pharmacy. Though disappointed, he still went to the pharmacy to get his medicine. As the pharmacist gave him instructions, she didn't forget to throw him a coquettish glance. She hinted that she had fallen in love with him the first time she saw him. Before Homer could react, the woman locked the pharmacy door and dragged him to a bar, saying she thought bald Homer was quite handsome.
I think it's cool how you owned your own baldness by shaving your head.
Well, I saw a picture of Jeffrey Katzenberg once and said, yes, that's for me.
Homer clearly couldn't resist the woman's advances. After drinking, the two headed to their next dating spot. In this way, Homer betrayed Marge. They spent a wild night together. The next morning, when Homer woke up, he finally realized he had made a terrible mistake. In a panic, he tried to figure out how to explain this to Marge. He quickly got dressed and hurried to call home.
Hello, Homer. Marge is getting ready for a date.
Marge? On a date?
Yep.
Homer was completely disheartened, so he went to meet the woman's family. He felt embarrassed because he was much older than her, but the woman's father didn't see it that way. After all, he had also found a girlfriend more than 10 years younger than himself. To Homer's surprise, that girlfriend was none other than Marge.
Okay, we can be adults about this. Waiter, champagne?
When the four of them met, the atmosphere instantly turned awkward. Marge was furious. Homer had forbidden her from seeing older men, yet he had gone and found a younger girlfriend himself. Homer's male chauvinism flared up immediately. He thought it was fine for him to date anyone he wanted, but Marge couldn't. The two got into a fierce argument. Just then, Homer opened his eyes. It turned out he had fallen asleep during the counseling session, and everything had been just a dream.
None of it happened? We're still together?
Somehow.
Woohoo! And you thought our only option was to break up.